My name is Aaron Blake, and for most of my 20s, my mom never missed a chance to remind me that I hadn't lived up to her expectations. To her, success meant one thing: a traditional job, a steady paycheck, and a title you could brag about at family gatherings. I didn't fit that mold. After college, I turned down an office job to start a small tech consulting company. It wasn't glamorous in the beginning. I worked out of my bedroom with an old laptop and a Wi-Fi connection that barely held up. Every family dinner turned into a battlefield. "When are you going to get a real job?" Mom would ask between bites of food. "You're wasting your degree," my father would add quietly, as if agreeing was an obligation. I tried to explain what I was building, how I helped small businesses automate their systems and grow online, but no one cared. To them, I was just the dreamer who never settled down. I learned to stay quiet. Let them talk. I knew my time would come. For 3 years, I lived simply and worked tirelessly, saving every penny and reinvesting every dollar. I built a small team, landed bigger clients, and before long, we were handling contracts worth more than I'd ever imagined. But I didn't tell my parents. I wanted to see who they were when they thought I had nothing. Then came the dinner, the one I'll never forget. It was a Saturday night at my parents' house. My mom had invited a few relatives, including my cousin Eric, who worked at a big corporate bank and loved reminding me about it. The conversation started harmlessly enough, until Mom said, "Eric just got promoted again. See, Aaron, that's what happens when you have a real career." Everyone laughed politely. I smiled and kept eating. Then she said it, the line that burned itself into my memory. "Honestly, Aaron, you're almost 30. You need to stop chasing fantasies. You're becoming a failure." The word failure hung in the air like smoke. I set down my fork, looked straight at her, and for the first time in years, I didn't hold back. "A failure," I repeated quietly. "Then tell me something, Mom. Who's been paying your bills?" The table went silent. My father frowned. "What's that supposed to mean?" I leaned back in my chair. "The mortgage, the new car, your utilities. Who do you think's been covering the balance every month for the past year?" My mom blinked in confusion. "We haven't asked you for anything." "You didn't have to," I said. "When you told me you were struggling to refinance the house last year, I spoke to the bank. The payments have been coming from an account under my company's name. I didn't tell you because I didn't want the thanks, I just wanted to help." You could have heard a pin drop. My cousin coughed awkwardly. My mom looked pale. "You mean to tell me you've been paying for our home?" she whispered. "Yes," I said simply. "And the car, too. I wanted you to have some peace while I worked things out." Dad stared at me, speechless. "So your business actually makes money?" "More than enough," I said calmly. "Last year, we cleared over $1 million in revenue." My mom's fork slipped from her hand. The woman who had spent years calling me lazy, unmotivated, and lost suddenly had nothing to say. I didn't raise my voice or gloat. I just let the truth do the talking. "I never wanted to prove anything," I said quietly. "I just wanted you to believe in me, the way I believed in myself." No one spoke for a long time. Finally, Mom whispered, "I didn't know, Aaron. I'm sorry." I nodded. "I know. But maybe next time, instead of measuring success by titles, you can measure it by impact." The rest of the dinner was awkward but peaceful. My cousin suddenly found his plate more interesting than the conversation. When I left that night, Mom hugged me tighter than she had in years. A week later, she called just to ask about my work, not to lecture, but to listen. It's been 2 years since that dinner, and our relationship has slowly healed. She still teases me sometimes, but now with pride instead of judgment. Every time I visit, she thanks me for believing in yourself even when we didn't. I always smile and tell her that's what family is for, to forgive, to grow, and to learn. But deep down, I'll always remember that night, the one where I finally stood up for myself and proved that success doesn't need validation. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is just showing up, quietly successful, and letting the truth speak louder than anger.